Our world today is filled with so many challenges. Challenges that we've never really faced, certainly in our lifetime before. A pandemic that has totally changed how we're currently living our lives. With that comes fear and anxiety. We have questions. There are a lot of unknowns. On top of that, then in our nation, there's unrest. There is hate. There is protest. There are riots. There is lawlessness. There is so much going on. We can really just be thrown for a loop. And so, what can we do in these times to bring peace and purpose and maybe just sanity, to our lives? Are there things that we could do to help? And I think there are. I was thinking of a proverb, and we touched on it last time we were together. Proverbs chapter 3, the writer of the Proverbs comes and he says, you know what? God's word is true. God's word is sure. God's law and his commandments are truth. And set your heart fully on God's word. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. And so he's saying that as we go through these times, if I would guard my heart, if I would make sure my heart is in the right place, it's going to really help me navigate through these times. And so let's just go to Proverbs chapter 3 today and read down through here. There are 4 or 5 things that the writer of the Proverbs encourages us in. My son, do not forget my law. It's easy to forget the law, isn't it? It's easy to forget the important things. We're constantly bombarded. There's some new crisis. There's some new danger almost every day. And it's just like, we start to focus on these things, and I forget the truth of God's word. I begin to forget that simple things like the fact that Jesus is on the throne, that Jesus is in control, that I can trust Jesus. And the writer is saying, don't forget the law, the faithfulness, and the truth of the scriptures, and set your heart fully on Jesus. Set my heart fully on the scriptures. It's the place I need to be. I can't set my heart on the troubles. And so, my son, do not forget my law. Do let your heart keep my commands. For length of days and long life and peace they will add to you. You see, he's encouraging us that as we do that, as I believe in God, as I believe his word, as I set my heart fully on God, then my life is, you might say, going to be successful. Let's go on. Let not mercy and truth forsake you. Certainly, if we're in the word, that is mercy and truth. And so Jesus is mercy and truth. And so it won't. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet. There's this word again, of my heart. It's very important that my heart is in the right place. It's very important that I'm watching my heart. Proverbs 4, verse 23. Guard your heart with all guarding. Military terms that I would, go in. We're in enemy territory. That we establish a perimeter. That we set up a good perimeter. That we're guarding and being very diligent at taking care of our hearts. When was the last time we're going through our day and we pause and just say, what is my heart set on here? And I'm all upset and I'm all anxious and I'm all worried. My heart isn't resting and set upon the scriptures and upon the Lord. It's on other things. And so guard your heart with all guarding. And then in verse 23 there of chapter 4, for out of it spring the issues of life. So if my heart, you might say in this way, is filled with Jesus, if my heart is filled with the Word, then that's what's going to emanate or come out of my heart. He goes on, and these are very well-known verses in the Old Testament. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. What am I trusting in? Where is my heart today? Am I trusting in myself? Am I trusting in the government? Am I trusting in my retirement plan? Am I trusting in my job? Am I trusting in another person? Am I trusting in my strength? Moses, he says, some trust in horses, some trust in chariots, but I will trust in the name of my God. We are trusting in the Lord. And so trust in the Lord. What? With all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. I don't understand a lot of things. But I can place my faith and trust, my belief fully in the Lord. In all your ways acknowledge him. He'll direct your paths. And again, that's something I need to do really every moment of my life. I read an author years ago, and he said I need to walk through life. It's a moment by moment, step by step experience. We are studying 1 Peter Sunday mornings, and I love 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 21 and following. In the same manner, in the same example that Jesus revealed to us, I need to walk in the very footsteps of Jesus. And so he'll direct our paths. As I acknowledge him in everything that I do, as he is the purpose for why I'm living. Not to become rich, not to become famous, not even to become successful, not to enjoy life, not anything. No, that in all my ways, in every facet of my life, I'm acknowledging him. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord, depart from evil. He will be health to your flesh and strength to your bones. So that's the first thing. My heart. Where's my heart? Set your heart fully on the Lord today. Number 2, honor the Lord with your possessions. I heard someone say once, do you possess your possessions, or do your possessions possess you? And what they were trying to say, I think, is, again, just what is the priority of my life? I find, and sometimes I've sat and I've done this, I've said, with my time, how much of my time have I taken and I've actually invested that time? My possessions are like ruling that time. So guard my heart, put my trust, have my life fully, every facet. I'm acknowledging God in it. And then anything that I have, I like John chapter 3. Anything we have because God has given it to us. It's simply on loan from God. And so I really don't own anything. I really don't possess anything materially. Although I do. Really, my attitude has to say this is the Lord's. And so honor the Lord with your possessions. Certainly these two things, as we've begun to go through this this short chapter will bring clarity, bring purpose, and help guide and navigate me through these times. Commit your day today to the Lord, and I think you'll have a great day. God bless you. We love you. Keep your eyes on Jesus.